Hi, I'm Karlene and welcome to The Makeover Mama. Here I enjoy sharing ways to create a beautiful life on a budget, making over my home and meals with minimum effort and maximum payoff. We are a family of 5 living in North Queensland with boys aged 9, 5 and almost 1. Keep watching for more inspo that won't break the bank. Thank you for clicking on this video. Welcome to my home. In this week's video, I have a few fun things planned for you. Together, we are going to make strawberry and white chocolate French toast, perfect to make ahead, ready for Christmas morning. So beautiful breakfast with minimum effort. We're going to be making over my front entry so that it's a little bit more festive. And we'll also be creating some class gifts. Instead of doing candy canes, we're going to make iced chocolate cups, ready for my little preppy to hand out to his friends. First up, we're going to assemble our strawberry and white chocolate French toast using some croissants. So this is something that you can pop in the fridge overnight to let it soak, or you can make ahead by just 15 minutes, let it soak and then bake it straight away, ready to be eaten. This is a really handy recipe to keep locked and loaded, because if you have guests coming over, you can just whip it together the night before, cling wrap it, and then in the morning, stick that in the oven and ready to bake to have a nice easy breakfast for everybody to enjoy. Even something popular to have for a Christmas morning breakfast. Whip up a big batch of this the night before while you're wrapping presents, so in the morning when you wake up, pop it straight in the oven, and then while everybody's unwrapping their gifts, breakfast can be cooking, and then you can enjoy that with a nice hot coffee after all the presents have been opened. Usually I would use a whole slab of these croissants that you'd get from Coles. Like, they used to be $9. I think they're like 11 or 12 now for your slab of croissants, but I just have a 4-pack left. I originally had 2 of these to make for breakfast, but I ended up doing a quick breakfast because I had visitors coming to stay. So I'm just got a little side dish size for my family at the moment, because I have a family of 5. So this isn't going to be a huge breakfast for us. This will be something I'll serve on the side with other items. So you're going to need some strawberry jam or some strawberry preserves. I've never bought this brand before. I got it from Woolworths. It was 50% less sugar. For some reason it is also 50% less colour, and it kind of looks brown. Not sure why that is, but you need some jam, 2 eggs, half a cup of milk for 4 croissants. I've got a sprinkling of white chocolate chips. You don't have to do this. I normally wouldn't put this on an average breakfast. This is a treat breakfast. And I've got a teaspoon there of my homemade vanilla essence, which has been made on spiced rum. And I've got a couple of tablespoons of white sugar in there as well. One thing I do love about this recipe is that you can change the flavors. So if you had some blueberry jam, or if you wanted to use fig jam, like anything else that you have, if you wanted to do marmalade, so you can create lots of different variations of this recipe, lots of different flavors, but using the same basic principle. So we're just going to go ahead and cut our croissants in half, and we're going to slather them with our strawberry jam before assembling the custardy French toast mixture, I guess you could say, and letting all of those flavors soak in together. Now that you've arranged your croissants into their little baking dish, we're going to go ahead and crack 2 eggs, and we are going to whisk those together with a broken whisk. If you've been in my kitchen before, you know that I don't like to replace things. What is it? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And even if it is broke, use it until it's completely broke. I've been searching for some new kitchen utensils. I've been searching for like emerald green with like gold or brass detail. It's really hard to find, guys. So unless I find what I really love, I ain't buying it, okay? Bear with me. Okay, we whisk your eggs. We've got half a cup of milk. Now don't forget, this is just for a small portion. So if you've got, 2 packs or you've got a slab, just double or, triple this recipe. Go ahead and add in your vanilla essence, and then just to sweeten it up a little bit, we're going to add in about 2 tablespoons of sugar. Whisk that until it's combined well, and then pour it over your croissants, and then let that soak either for as long as you can. I think I did this for like 15 minutes because I just wanted to eat it. But normally I would do this the night before and then let it soak overnight, but you can make it and then eat it. I'm sprinkling mine with some white chocolate just to make it a little bit more decadent and special. You could use dark chocolate, milk chocolate, whatever you like, leave it out. Let that soak and then pop that in the oven. I covered mine for the first 10-15 minutes or so, and then I uncovered it to let it crisp up. And then because some of the white chocolate is one little burnt one there at the front there, but the rest of them kind of melted into that custardy mixture, so I just sprinkled a couple of loose ones on top, hoping that they would melt with the heat of the croissants. I drizzled some extra jam on top and then did some fresh strawberry slices to make it look special. Okay, next up we're going to make our class gifts. Now, this was just an idea that I randomly had because I already had some drinking chocolate, and I just wanted to use something that I already had at home that could be transformed into a really special looking gift. It's all going to be about the packaging and making it look really special. So I got these little Ziploc little baggies from Silly Solly's. These were $2 for a 24 pack, and I need to make 30, so I've got just a handful of normal sandwich bags as well. I picked up some colourful little Christmas serviettes to match my little paper cup. And then I got some colourful paper straws as well. I think I got these from Woolworths. Those paper cups, mind you, they were $1.50 for a pack, and they were like $4.50. And I went to like Coles, Woolies like this week doing my shopping, and I noticed that they're quite expensive. So if you want paper cups, go to Spotlight. I had some leftover little mini marshmallows from a baking little something I did. I can't even remember what I made. But I'm going to put those in there as well. And I found these little cards from Silly Solly's. And the main reason why I wanted these is because they have a little self-adhesive backing. So I can stick it on the front, put a little message on there from Ollie for his little friends, and it'll look beautiful, add some colour, make it really fun, and look special for him to hand out. We've got some ribbon there left over from last year's Christmas stash, and I got some wooden spoons from Silly Solly's as well, because these were kind of exy too. I noticed when I went to some of the other like party shops and things I'd been to, these were $2 or something from Silly Solly's. So there's definitely some things there that I would pick and choose where I buy from. I've got some Christmas sprinkles there. If you saw my last video where I made some Christmas pack hack treats, same sprinkles. I just wanted a narrow, like tall glass, so I didn't have to fill up like a huge, wide bottomed container with sprinkles. So that was just easier for me in terms of the technique. So I've just zapped some white chocolate in 30-second spurts, whisked it with my reliable whisk you saw earlier until it's nice and melted. Mind you, this day it is like 38 degrees and like 68% humidity. It was disgusting. So I'm wearing my Merry Moo Moo. That's what I'm going to affectionately call it, because I don't want anything to touch me. And I've got the aircon blasting. But because my aircon is blasting, the chocolate is hardening really quickly. So I've got another teaspoon there to help coat the wooden teaspoon that I'll be giving away, because I'm going to do some little sprinkle covered colourful little spoons that they can stir their little iced chocolates with. And I just thought that would be a cute little something to add to this little gift. So I'm going to go ahead and do that 30 times, and I had just enough with how much white chocolate that I had melted. I can't even remember. I think it was maybe half a pack of like your baked ones, your baked choc chips. So that was enough to do about 30 teaspoons, mind you, if that's a helpful gauge for you when you want to make this at home. And I just kept on just adding the sprinkles and even dotting those in just so they were sort of spread out. Some of them had more candy canes than others, but that's okay. Doesn't all have to be perfect, right? Right? Next up, I'm just going to go ahead and try and create an assembly line for myself. So I'm just going to go and fill up all of my little baggies with their iced chocolate powder, sprinkling in some little marshmallows. I'm going to pre-cut the cellophane by measuring out the little cups and making sure I've got enough of those, and the ribbon, and then that way I can just go ahead and just assemble like crazy once I've got all of those little things done. So I purchased a 5-meter roll of cellophane, and guess how many short I was of the 30? 2. I was too short. Lucky I had a little pack of clear cellophane in my little gift bag stash upstairs, so I could raid that. And moving on to the ribbon. So anyway, there's just a couple of pointers for you to try and make it easier for yourself. If you're doing more than 30 cups, get more than 5 meters of cello, okay? Do yourself a favor and just get 2 rolls. These were really fun to put together. I actually enjoyed my afternoon. I put on like a Christmas Hallmark movie in the background. I had Christmas music going, the aircon was blasting, and I just sat there putting these little creative little cups together. So I had fun doing these, and I hope you will too. These self-adhesive cards were such a time saver, so if you find some of those, definitely grab those. I did a simple little note just in Microsoft Word just to say Merry Christmas, enjoy an iced chocolate, Happy New Year sort of thing, from Ollie. The most painful part, to be honest, was cutting the cellophane. That was the most time consuming part, but once I had that done, the rest of it was fun to put together. How cute does that look? So sweet, literally. Now you can color coordinate yours as you like, maybe get some inspiration from the serviette section. Now I didn't have enough cellophane to sort of enclose it up the top. I only had it enough to sort of close it from the bottom, so the spoon was everything is sort of slipped in there, and I sort of tested them out. I'm like, oh, it doesn't fall out. But I did have a nice big basket to take them to school and to drop them off, so they were fine, they were secure enough. So this is what they look like, and the kids absolutely love them. They're so sweet, very cute. Okay, it's time to try and make the entryway a little bit more festive, because Well, there's some Halloween and there's a bit of Easter there too. I bought these big pots from Kmart ages ago. They're like 25 bucks each. I got them because of the size and the colour and the texture on them. But they've just been gathering shoes and dirt. So I wanted to add some Christmas trees to each of them. I was planning on doing like a tomato cage wrapped in lights and tinsel or something, something like that. And then it just seemed like it was going to need more and more supplies, more and more work. And I saw these for $10 each at the reject shop. So I thought I'd give these a go. And worst case scenario, I'd need to, add some quick setting concrete into a pot and set them in there so that they would be sturdy. But the base of these were actually really quite good. They had like a metal stand base, and when I pushed that down deep in there, it was like firm enough, and I just wanted to test how high it would come up because I wanted the bottom of the leaves to be flush with the top of the pot, so it wouldn't be like little skinny stalks sticking out the bottom like my ankle in ankle boots. If you know what I mean, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So these ended up working fine. I was really happy with how these turned out, but like I mentioned earlier, it was so hot on this day. It was like unbearable to be outside. So I assembled everything inside and then just sort of escaped the aircon quickly in little spurts to try and get out there and update my entryway. So I stripped my pillowcases from the autumn winter gingham, replaced them with my Christmas cushion covers that I got last year online, swept everything down, tidied that up a little bit. And I did have these out here originally last year, these large cushions, but in other videos you've seen that I've had them out the back on my little chairs. And they could have used a wash, to be honest, but I'm just like, I'm just going to keep turning these around until I can't see that smudge anymore. So that's what I went ahead and did, because I'm thinking I'm not going to wash these today. They'd probably dry in flat out 8 minutes, but anyway. I left the larger buffalo check mat out there because I thought it kind of tied in with the doormat that I also got from last year. So I didn't really want to buy too much for out the front this year. I just wanted to keep it really simple, adding a little bit of colour. I have this cute little garden flag that I got online, so I'll show you that in a second. So it all sort of tied together, because if I buy one thing new, then it's like I have to buy everything new, and I didn't want to go ahead and do that. Now, I honestly didn't really have that much of a plan for out the front here. I did plan on putting baubles on, or I did want to get some like beechwood, like timber, wooden bead like garlands, but it's so humid here, and I just thought if I put tinsel on it, it's just going to blow off. It's bloody cyclone season, so we've got a cyclone forecast coming inland this week, so worst case scenario, I'm thinking I can just drag these aside. But if it's got baubles and ribbon and everything else hanging off it, it's either probably going to get blown off, blown away, or go moldy maybe with the timber. I wasn't sure, but I'm still tossing up with that idea. What do you think I should do? Let me know in the comments below what it's missing. I know it's missing something, because the fairy lights that I had planned to put on it are solar powered. I didn't realize I got the wrong box, and I thought, well, they're undercover, so they're not going to get much sun under here, so they look a bit bare. So this is what we are working with. What should I put on it? What do you think? I love the ribbon on the front door. I picked that up for $5 from Silly Solly's, and I found a $70 version at Maya, which had the fabric sort of going over the door like a gift. And I was going to do that because Spotlight's constantly having 40% off their Christmas fabric. I was going to get red velvet. I just haven't gotten there. I want to add some fairy lights to that window as well. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope that you are inspired to create something like this in your own home for your own family. I hope that you get to create some beautiful memories with your children and your loved ones, all while sticking to a budget, because it is possible. Thank you so much for dropping by. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so you don't miss my next video. I create lots of content around family, food, DIY, home projects, family life on a budget pretty much. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.